go live. Yes. Oops. All right. Got 1 minute. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this 30-second thing because I like it. Okay, hello. How is everybody? Yes, Sally Stevens, first one in. Good morning. And Marlene Young. Good afternoon. How are you today, Marlene? It's good to see you. And there's Amanda. Amanda, I don't know whether you can. Well, she's right over here. Let's see if I can get her to wave. It's going out tomorrow. And Jennifer, welcome to the cottage. Bonnie's here. Michelle's Mosaics. Welcome. Good afternoon. Bonnie, did you get your package yet, or you have to wait till Monday? I can't wait for you to open it up. Be patient, Miss C. Be patient. And Pamsky's here. And hello, my dear Samantha Stewart. You know you are always welcome at the cottage, day or night. Did you figure out a tail for her yet? No, I do not have. Not a T-A. Do you want a T-A-I-L or a T-A-L-E? Hey, Michael, my love. Boy, if you don't know Michael, you need to go over to his channel. He is the nicest man you'll ever want to meet. He's gentle, soft-spoken, sensitive, and a Marine. Which, by the way, you may not know this, but both of my first two husbands, were Marines. And they're a tough bunch. Don't forget your thumbs. Thank you, Pamsky. Shirley Bain, Frozen Stone. Ooh. Stony, I never remember your name because I call you Stony. But it's right here on this page. Angela. See, I don't think Angela goes with Frozen Stone, so I have a hard time remembering that, and I don't know why, and I apologize if I've just offended you. I am excited too, Dawn. I am excited. Well, welcome to the cottage. I'm Miss C. I live at Miss C's cottage, the home of the Smebunny, and I make them and give them so that somebody knows so that people know, someone knows that Smebunny loves them. And I appreciate. There's Diana D. Hello, Diana D. See, I kept this up here because I need to remember who I have and who I need. Diana D. She's still in the surprise me mode. It's going to surprise me when it comes, Diana. And Michelle D. Cynthia King. You know I love Cynthia King. I already told you that story. I love all of you guys. I love all of you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I've told you before, you've come to become part of my family. Anyway, I have no treats for you this morning. I hope somebody that comes in will bring a treat for us all. I do have the coffee and the hot pot for tea, and there's always water in the fridge because, you know, I dehydrate us. I have to rehydrate as often as I dehydrate. So I thank you for coming in and bringing your projects with you if you want, or working on bunny feet today and bodies and continuing. Um, there's my sister Susie. Take your shoes off at the door, please. I've had to vacuum this carpet. Take your shoes off at the door and leave all your worries and your concerns there on the mat with them. And when you leave, you can pick it all up and take it with you if you want to, or you can leave your worries at my doorstep. I don't care, because I'll just get the vacuum out and sweep them all away, and neither one of us will have to worry about them. Sold it. I sold it together, my daughter's zebra today. You sold it? Sewed it together. The zebra. Oh, good. And she liked it? Your whole family's a bunch of zebras. And there's Bebs, my beautiful sister Bebs. Oh, yes, I do have to tell you, today is Elmo's birthday. And actually, his grandson is not feeling well, so the son and grandson are not coming up, which is okay. Andy doesn't want them here if they're sick. And besides, his son, who's also named this Elmo, takes him out a couple times a month to lunch, and so that works out really well. We have cats, and they're all allergic to cats, so they don't get to come in the house anyway. Elmo doesn't like them in. You showed your family my picture? I'm the reason you're making all these ridiculous things. Thank you, Denny. I'm sure when they saw my picture, they understood perfectly. Oh, thank you, people, for saying hello to Elmo. I will pass these well wishes along. Oh, great. My sister Susie brought cheesecake. And you can have your choice of toppings, strawberry, blueberry, or chocolate syrup. Now, if I remember correctly, upstairs in the refrigerator, I have some caramel syrup. So if you want that. Oh, and Bailey baked some cupcakes. Wow, and I have some candles. Oh, hey, we're good. We're good. I want to get right into this because I usually spend the whole first half. Strawberries far away from me. Oh, well, don't do strawberry cheesecake then. No, there's lots of other toppings for you, Shirley. And there's my Michael. I love that man. You need to go check him out. And there's Gabrielle. Oh, if you didn't catch Beverly's program last night, Faith, Love, Joy, and Blessings, you need to go back and watch the replay of that. Gabrielle and I were up on panel with Beverly sharing. It wasn't really our journey towards God. It was, I don't know what it was, but it was wonderful. And none of us knew what the other were going to say. We hadn't talked about it. But when it came together, it was a God thing. It all just came together. Everything flowed one story into the other story. And I think it was beautiful. And it might give you a little insight into the three of us and into our relationship with God. And maybe there's something in there that will help you begin a relationship with God, or strengthen your relationship with God, or just help you understand us in our relationships with God. So check that out if you get a chance. All right. I am going to start buttercream hard candy yesterday. Never had buttercream. Butterscotch. I love butterscotch, but Denny says, Bonnie, do you want me to sew together your zebra? Bonnie is not a good sewer. And Bonnie, you need to go over to Rhonda Butler because I moved them. Rhonda Butler puts together a bear that's a no-sew bear. You start at the top, you stitch down to the neck, you sew the arms into the neck, you decrease and sew till you get to, I think, 18 stitches, and then you sew the arms in, and then you start increasing again until you get to the bottom. And when you get to the bottom, you sew the feet in, and then you close up the bottom. No sew. The only thing you have to put on is a little tail, his ears, and a muzzle. That's it. And those are all outside things, no biggies. And he comes out pretty cute. And I am doing a story called, here it is, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And so this is Baby Bear. I don't know if he looks like Baby Bear, but that's Baby Bear. This goes to my nephew has a grandson, and I send a book. I try every month to send a book and an amigurumi to fill his nursery. So that's what that's all about. And Michael, you're in here, aren't you? Michael's in here. If I finish Michael's amigurumi, I'll put it that way. Sherry Knowles sent me yarn to make a bunny for Michael. She hand dyed yarn and sent to me to make Michael a bunny. I tried and tried and tried, Michael, but for the life of me, I could not see you with a bunny. I don't know. I suppose all Marines are little boys inside. We all have an inner child, and I do understand that, and I think that's why these work so well. But I just couldn't make a bunny for Michael, so I made him a horse of a different color, because in my mind, Michael's a horse of a different color, and that's the very reason that I love him. So I took her yarn, and I made Michael a horse of a different color. And I hope you like him, Michael, because he's yours. And he's so stinking cute. Look at that. How could you not love that? Michael, I love you. I hope you love me. See, and that's why Denny shows my picture to her grandkids, because she knows how silly I am. Okay, let's get down to business. Tears 2 days in a row. Oh no, I hope they're happy tears, because dagnabbit, you just snuck in my heart while I wasn't looking, Michael. And for all of you who don't know, Mishi adopted me to be her Oma. And Juan, who also is from German descent, Juan has adopted me to be his Oma. I didn't wait. I just snatched Michael up and I said, I'm adopting you. You are now my grandson. So there you go. All right, let's get to this. I am starting on another barefoot, and I have gotten this far on it. And I'm going to flip over to the other camera, and we'll see if we can work some magic here. Let's see, all these thingamajigs that you have to do. And you guys, today was, are they coming? Are they not coming? You know, do we not need to come here and start crying? Are you kidding me? Hey, listen, you guys are in my heart all the time, and I pray over you at night, and sometimes I pray with smiles, and sometimes I pray with tears, because we're human, and we live real lives, and there are good things and there are bad things in our lives, and they come at us from out of nowhere, and we have to deal with them. And our inner child says, run away, run away. This is a bad thing. Go hide in bed and wake up and it'll all be over. And our adult says, are you kidding me? You know, just face it, deal with it. And, but I can't deal with life without prayer. So I pray over all of you, and I'm either crying or laughing, and that's life. Okay, we are, thank you, Sally. We left off on the bare body, row 12, which we did. And here is, let me switch over. Okay, this community is all family. Everyone is so amazing and caring. It's phenomenal. All right, switching over. Camera. Allow the camera. Shut this down. Allow the camera. Okay, here we are. We have started with 6 in a magic circle. You can see we've gone to 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and we've been doing rows of 48. We've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 rows of 48 if you're marking this down. And now we are going to switch over, because this is a panda. If you're not switching over, don't worry about it. Okay, just continue on with your color. If you're doing the panda, this is the row we switch on. Now, a lot of people will take this loop out, put their hook in, and draw up a new color. And you can do that if that's your method of doing so that when you start this new stitch, I'm going to start row 13, so let's get this out here for 13, so that when you start this new stitch, you will pick up the new color, and there's your switch over. That's too much work for me. And I like finishing. So I'm going to finish this row with the white, just like you're supposed to. And then I'm going to pick up my new color, wrap it around my hook, and pull it through. And then I'm going to hold this tail back here, and I'm going to pull this stitch down tight as I can, and hold that. Now we're going to start the next row, and I'm going to start this with a new color. Just as if, but I won't lose those stitches. I will finish that stitch. You do it whatever way works best for you, okay? Row 13 is a decrease row. So we're going to, this is stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. The first, the front loop of each of the next 2 stitches. Then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And a decrease. One, 2, 3, 4. And if you're making a brown bear, or if you're making a dark brown bear with a light, there it is. That's a pretty brown. You're making those. If you're making whatever you're making, I found this beautiful yarn. It's from Yarnables, and someone gave it to me. Isn't it beautiful? I just love this. And I was going to make a bear out of it, but I'm thinking, looks more like a giraffe to me. So I'm saving it for a giraffe. I'm saving it for a giraffe. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in for another decrease here. And that's what you do the whole row 13 is single crochet 4 and decrease. Two, 3, 4, and decrease. I'm trying too hard. One, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. Now this is the way you do all of the bunny bodies. Pretty much. I've come down to doing all of my bodies the same, except like I said for the giraffe. That's a little bit different. And I think the monkey's different if we do a monkey. And I'll tell you again if you want to write it down when we get back here to the I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. 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 1, 2, 3. 4. And we have 1 stitch left, which we're going to count as our decrease. Okay, from here, well, I'm just going to clip this off because we don't need the white anymore. And I'm going to take my black and the white we clipped, and I'm going to go right over left and left over right into a square knot, someone told me. We start with a magic circle and we increase till we get to 48, and then we do 48 stitches all the way up to round 13. At round 13, we do 4 stitches and a decrease all the way around. From there, we do single crochet in each single crochet around until you get to row 21. When you get to row 21, it's another decrease row. 13, row 21, and row 27 are decrease rows. Just watch your crocheting and I relax. Oh, thank you, Paula. If you don't yarn inspired, you need to go over there. She has 2 channels. Garden of Scrolls is her meditative channel. She does a devotional, and Yarn Inspired is her yarn channel. So be sure that you go over there. She's a lovely person and has just the calmest voice, and she is also I think she's an author. Helen, hello, Helen Taylor. And Angela Branham, welcome in. And there is Faith Louise. Hello, Faith Louise. And KK's here. And there's my dolly. You guys snuck in whilst I was crocheting over here. Gabriel is well, Gabriel is the name of an angel, and Gabriel's voice is angelic, and she is a lovely person. You need to go check her out. And there's Yarn, Works, and Crafts and More by Lydia. Hello, Lydia. I'm so thankful that you guys come faithfully every Sunday when you can to see me. And I want to tell you that I am going to go 2 hours. I talked to Carrie, the Yarny Elephant, and she doesn't come on until 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I don't have to worry about running over, because usually these things run over. So, okay, so we've started with the magic circle. We've increased to 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. We've gone 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, 5 rows until we get to row 13, which is a decreased row of 4 single crochets. 4 single crochets, that's where I made my mistake, okay? 4 single crochets and a decrease. 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's the decrease. 4 single crochets and a decrease all the way around. And black is what you use all the way up to the neck. You're going to do single crochets in each stitch around until now you get to row 21. When you get to row 21, you want to go 3 single crochets and a decrease. When you finish row 21 with 3 single crochets and a decrease, then you want to do up to row 27. Row 27 is going to be another, you do single crochet in each stitch until you get to row 27. And row 27 is another decrease row. And if I remember correctly, it's 1 single crochet and then a decrease. Row 28 is a single crochet in each stitch around, and that forms your neck. And you should have, I think at the end of that one, 18 stitches. I've done so many of these, I just don't count anymore because I know I can fudge it if I have to. but I do know that there are people who need a recipe to go by and go by that recipe even if they've made that thing 50 times. And that's good, because you always get a constant outcome. Mine are all different because, I've been watching the porch chats with Nisi. I love that girl. Nisi has been sharing about her autistic life. And the more I listen to that girl, the more I can identify with her. So many things that she says. I'm beginning to wonder about myself. And then I say to myself, self, you're too old to worry about things now. It's already done. And you've lived with it this long. Live with it. But, I had such great plans for this week. I was going to do a brown bear body so that I could show the color change on this one and the decreases on the other one. And I don't know, life got in the way. But you know what? This was a very good week for me. I got a baby blanket completed. I started a sweater for a baby. I've got 2 hats going because I have a case of startitis. And I've got a rabbit tracks blanket. Okay, I am going to give you the rabbit tracks blanket, my rabbit tracks blanket, because it is different than the bunny tracks blanket that, well, is it Olga Poltava? I believe she has that blanket. Okay, are we good with this? Cindy Lulu's here. Hello, Lulu. There's JT. Now, if you don't know JT, well, let me tell you his real name. And there's another one I told him. Too bad. You're my grandson now, whether you like it or not. Jay Took, Moonlit Moth Creations. I wanted to call him Joe, and he said my name's Joseph, so I'm not real. Some people just have different names than they tell you their name is. So to me, he's JT, and my JT is my new grandson. He has been crocheting for about 6 weeks, which is less time than I've been on live since January. He's only been crocheting 6 weeks. If you head over to his channel and take a look at what he's done, I think you'll be amazed in what he's been able to accomplish in 6 weeks. He definitely does not look like a beginner crocheter to me. And he just finished a summer top that he made for his grandmother. I'm telling you, the color choices are absolutely gorgeous. The stitching in it is even, and the tension is right on. The finished garment is beautiful. And to top it off, he's put a bit of fringe around the arms and a bit of fringe around the bottom of it. And it is just, I don't know, makes you want one. It is just beautiful. And it's hard to believe that someone who's been crocheting for 6 weeks can do that. It's, yeah. So you need to go over and check out Jay Took. There's Zach, my man. May have just woke up at 12 o'clock. That's okay. You're here just in time. Everybody's welcoming Zach in. And there's my Sanita. Sanita is one of the She's like a little mouse in Cinderella. She just goes around behind the scenes, picking up all the pieces and putting them together and making someone look lovely. And she's very quiet about what she does. And I love her so much. I may have to adopt her too. She's somebody special. Sometimes I have to turn up my volume on her channel because she's so quiet. And she's very calming also. You need to go check her out. I don't have Nightbot on my channel, so none of you can drop your channels yourself. And I don't know if I want to get into all that. Oh, I am not. JT, if you knew who I was, you wouldn't like me, but and that's another thing I'm thankful for, is if you guys knew me growing up, you wouldn't tune into my channel. I'm so thankful God got a hold of me and turned my bottom around and on the right path and took out all the ugly out of my heart. He sent his Holy Spirit in to check out every single chamber of my heart, chase out all the black, and filled it full of his spiritual light. And when you look at me, what you really see is God. You see that Holy Spirit shining through. It's not me. This body is old. Look at the wrinkles. I mean, for heaven's sakes, look at that. That's ridiculous. What you see is God. Sunita is awesome. And there's Jet One In. Welcome to the cottage from Canada. Boy, I bet your arms are tired from flying down here. That's another dad joke. I have been dropping you suggestions. Okay, thank you. Sunita, she's the best. All right, where do we need to go next? Is it Sally that's doing this? Sally, are you good? Are you good with this until yes, he does. He does work in mysterious ways, Sally, and I am so thankful that he turned this stubborn little brat into a godly woman, and I'll leave it there. Denny's one of my first loves, and there's Arrow Lover. I complain to my kids about my wrinkles too. You know what? I think they are. I think that's a badge of honor. We've been through so much. All I know is I think it over and over. I want half of everything you got. I don't know how much yarn Michael has. Juan has got a house full. Somebody had a shirt on the other day that said, I have my hook in my hand and my yarn is in my kitchen, my living room, my dining room, my bedroom, the spare room, the bathroom. That was the cutest shirt. There's Tat Mama and the Beg Brigade. How did that come about, Tat Mama? I don't know if I have you in my book either. And I noticed this morning that you had a morning. Tat Mama and the Beg Brigade. That's Amanda. Tat Mama is Amanda. See, those two names don't go together either. I'm going to have to come up with something. Not grazing to where the grass may appear greener. You know what? The 23rd Psalm tells us that God takes us to green pastures. He gives us everything we need. There are no greener pastures. When the Lord leads you to a pasture, that's the greenest one. It's the perfect one for you. And it's always by still water, because he knows we as sheep um, we're fearful of rushing water because it gets in our wool and it drags us down. Okay, Tat Mama has 12 tattoos. She was born in 1973, and we call my dogs the Beg Brigade. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, that answers a lot of questions and totally different than what I had. See, God is teaching me right now not to look at people and make a decision until I walk a mile or two in their shoes. Medea said stretch marks are roads to heaven. You know what? I think that's really true because I think that babies are a gift from God. And I know a lot of people see them as a problem that they need to get rid of, but I see them as a gift from God, something to take care of and to cherish and to love and to discipline and teach and all those other things. Okay, Sally, did you tell me, are we done with this? We can move on. I want to go to the head if we can do that. MD 2020. Oh, Sally. Mogan David 2020. 20, yeah, 2020. That stuff was bad. We were doing a panda bear. We have done the body. We've got black legs. We've got black feet. We've got the body up to row 13 is where we changed colors. We'll go 13 up to 21, keeping the same black. We'll decrease. Oh, we're at round 22. Okay, we decreased at round 21. Round 22 up to 27 is still using the black single crochet in each single crochet, Sally, until you get to round 27. Okay? Is anybody else doing a bear? Okay, Sally, thank you. Okay, anybody else doing the bear? Bonnie's supervising. Of course you are. Cynthia King is doing a bear. Cynthia Dinky Crafts is doing the panda. Okay, so are you, Jennifer, are you okay with this? I have started on a brown bear because I finished this bear. Where is he? I think you guys got to see this bear. Hello. Hello. This one is top down. Oops. I don't know how this gets bumped. It's top down to the neck. These get crocheted into the neck, and then you increase again until you come down here, and these get stitched in the bottom, and then you finish up your bottom. That's his little bottom. And you do a tail and 2 ears and a nose, which we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to show you the ears. Ears are so easy, guys. Because you already know how to do the feet, you already know how to do the ear. We're going to do our magic circle 2 around. Up over the finger, catch it here, bring it forward. We're going to go in and snag our yarn. Once you've got it snagged, we're going to do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For those of you who are new and wanting to learn how to do a Smebunny, Sally, when you get to row 27, you go, okay, I forgot. How many stitches do you have in row 27, Sally? Yes, Samantha, the body is done because it's the same body as the Smebunny. And the only reason that I did this one for Sally was so that she could see the color change, what row to make the color change. And then the rest of it is all black, all the way up to the neck. Sally, how many stitches do you have at row 27? This is the last day of the month. I wanted to be done with the bear today. So I'm going to show you how to do the ears and the tail. And then we'll do the head. Okay, so we've got 6 in the circle. This is the same way you start out a bunny foot or a buddy foot or a bear foot or a elephant foot. They all start out the same. The ears, they all start out the same. That's the nice thing about this pattern. Once you learn how to do one part, the rest of them are really easy. Okay, so you're writing it down. Okay, when you get to 27, I'm pretty sure it's single crochet decrease all the way around. And you should wind up with around 18 stitches. It's the same body. It's just the color change for the bear on row 13. Okay, and then the ears are the same as the feet, which is why this is such an easy pattern. And black, black. I should never have done this. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is 6 in the magic circle. We're going to go, the next row is 12. So we're going to go 2 in each, increase in each single crochet, each of these 6s. Oops. See, this is why I don't like to take my hook out and switch colors, because I'm afraid I'm going to lose a stitch. All right. 1, 2. One, 2. Bye, Michael. Thank you. Thanks for coming up, sweetheart. That's Elmo's son, and he came up today to help his dad around the yard. Elmo's transplanting some Mexican petunias, which I don't know if you know about Mexican petunias. They're different than regular petunias. They're a real tall plant with a beautiful purple flower on them, but they're a rather invasive plant. We had planted some in front of a workbench that Elmo had out in front of the big barn. And they've overtaken the bench, so he's moving them. And Michael came up to help dig holes today. All right, round 3, we're going to do our increase to 18, which is making 3 out of 2 stitches. So we'll put a stitch in here and 2 in this one. one in this one and increase this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Michael, I will tell you a story if you're still here. 13. Oh, no, I got count mixed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black is so hard. Let's try this again, Diana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. 18 is as big as we go for the ear. We're going to go another round of 18 to make the ear. Two. Are you here, Michael? And you're always here. You're always here. I love that. Okay. Elmo was Navy. He went into the Navy right out of high school. And I can tell this story because 1, he's outside, and 2, I'm doing a single crochet in each stitch around so I don't have to count. He was in the Navy, and he did some marvelous things in the Navy to the point where he went to work for in government service afterwards, wound up at the Pentagon, and did some more wonderful stuff there that he can't tell me or else he'd have to kill me, he says. But and those things we don't talk about. But the one thing he does like to say is whenever he meets someone who's in the Army or someone who's been in the Marine Corps, he always likes to say, I was in the Navy. I took you guys where you needed to go, and then I left and went for coffee. He says that was his job, was to get you where you were going and then head out for coffee. Oh, Diana D., thank you for stopping in today at the cottage. When you hit the door, pick up your shoes, but if you've got any worries or cares, you leave them there on the mat, and I'll sweep them up later, okay? You have a good day. May God bless you and keep you until we meet again. I did get some happy mail this week, so I see some of you on Wednesday if you're out and about at noon and can stop in on your lunch hour. You have a good day, Diana. I'm always partial to Diana's, you know. And then there's a lot of them on the YouTube streets. Between the Dianas and the Dawns and there's a lot of Angelas and there's a lot of Amandas. There's a few Amandas. Popular names. I think I told you my mother named me after a movie star. I get a kick out of that every time I step out of the shower and look in the mail. Okay, Michael, I thought you were a Marine. Okay, I've spent 8 years in the Navy, and most of those 8, I was stationed with Marines. I was a hospital corpsman and trained as a combat medic. Well, you know what, Michael? When Elmo got out of the Navy, the Navy, because they have that wonderful college program, he went to nursing school, and he became a nurse. And that's one of the reasons he went back overseas was he set up hospitals over there and was director of nursing over there in a couple different places that we can't talk about. See, I guess that's why I'm partial to fellas. Well, that and the fact that I've always enjoyed the north end of a fellow walking south. That's something you don't say public on the YouTube street. Okay, next we're going to do a decrease, and we're going to do 1, 2, and a decrease. So we're going back down to 12 stitches. 1, 2, your brother's 77? Huh. And Paula's ex was in the Navy. Boy, there's a lot of them here. I love you, Michael, for laughing at my silly jokes. Okay, where are we? 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, we're on a decrease. 1, 2, and decrease. And 1, 2, and a decrease. And 1, 2, and a decrease. All right, now we should, the next row is another decrease row. We're going back to 6. Oh no, that was 24, wasn't it? No wonder that didn't come out right. Let's see, that was wrong, Diana. What did you do? Well, let's just take it out and find out. We've got 6, 12, 18. We've got 18, not 24. Oh, there's that thing again. Okay. Okay, so we're going to, we did 6, 12, 18, 18. Now we're going to go back to 12. So we're going to do 1 and a decrease. 1 and a decrease. Okay, if I hadn't caught that for you guys, I'd have left it. That's why I say I fudge it. And I just try to remember my mistake and make it on the next one also. That's why they're so unique. That's why the heads come out wonky and the eyes are not exactly square, and one ear might be a little higher than the other, and well, it's still not coming out right. Well, I'm not changing it this time. It's okay. We're going with it, okay? Now we're going to crochet 2 together, because we should have about 12 here. So let's crochet 2 together. We'll do a decrease. Black is so hard to see. Are you guys seeing? Okay, now I will tell you on the tail, you're going to go 6, 12, 18, 18, 18. You're going to do 3 rows of 18 on the tail, and then decrease to 12, and then decrease to 6, and then decrease to 3. That way you have a little bit longer tail, and your ears are going to be short. And I am going to single crochet into that last one, and I'm going to go across and grab that one and hook them together. Take a stitch and cut off a tail for sewing. I'm going to pull out my row counter. I'm going to pull on this knot so that you've got a nice flat ear, a nice round ear with a nice 3-stitch bottom. And if this were the head, we're going to stitch these on here and another one on over here. And that's going to be our our panda head. Okay. This is going to have an extra row of 18. You're going to go 6, 12, 18, 18, 18, 18, 12, 6, which will make this longer. And when we go to sew this on the little guy's bum, we're going to you can put a little bit of stuffing in there, and that will be his tail. Okay. My somebody that I made was close to the back of the head. Okay. Here is a, okay, let me come back to this one. Let me come back to the other camera. Alrighty. This Smebunny, his ears are almost to the back of his head. They are behind the eyes, where you've increased and increased and increased, and then you do, let's see, let me think of the head for a minute. We've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. 42 is right here. And then you do several rows of 42. So this is what I call the flat spot of the bunny's head, because they're all 42 stitches. That's usually where I put my ears, is right there on the flat spot of those 42 stitch rounds. Because when you get down here is you do your single crochet 5 and decrease, and that brings the forehead in. That brings the forehead in. And then when you get to row 14 is where you do single crochet 2 together, single crochet 2 together, single crochet 2 together, single crochet 6, single crochet 2 together, 2 together, 2 together for the decreases for where the eyes go. So right up here on the flat spot is where I do my ears. And I try to find where the eye goes and follow that stitch ridge up, and that's where I sew my ear in, right above the eye. Some of them don't get stitched in there. Let's see where this one is. This one goes to Sweden. This again is on the flat spot. And this one is higher than the eye. This one's a little bit higher than where the eye is. I normally would stitch it there. I've stitched it higher. Sometimes they get stitched lower, and I don't have one in here right now because this is Michael's horse of a different color. See, he's got a mohawk. And this is my bear, and that's it, guys. That's it. Let's see. Oh, here's one. I can show you this. This one is by Poppy Lady, Crazy Poppy Lady, and she's put her ears right here in real close to the center of the head, and she's put her eyes up on the top rather than down here on the sides. And so her ears are up here. This is the micro mini that my sister Susie made for me. And you can see this one's ears are way down on the side of its head. So sincerely, I believe that it really doesn't matter where you want to put your ears. And wherever you put your ears is the exact place to give it the personality that you want. Okay? Stick everybody back in their basket. Did I tell you that sparkle one? Diana D still here? I'll bet she is. Diana, are you still here? Well, that sparkle one was hers. Boy, that dries you out. Okay, what do we need to work on? Be right back. The pups need to go out. Okay, Sanita, she doesn't have pups. She has dogs. They're big ones. They're beautiful. All right, so what's next? The head, the bear head, right? All right, since I'm making bears of different colors, and I've already got this engaged in another, and I don't want to, oh, I did cut it off. That's right, I did cut it off, so I can start a bear head in white. All right, I'm going to go back over to the other camera, and we'll start the bear's head. Is that all right with you guys? Or do you need to leave because it's 1 o'clock? If you need to leave, it's okay. Michael doesn't want to send his to you. Michael doesn't want to send you his horse of a different color? Denisha, I love you very much, but you ain't gonna get it from me or Michael. It is a love gift from me to Michael. It seals our adoption papers. And he doesn't even have to sign them, and neither do I. I just haven't written the story yet. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. All right, Tet Mama, Amanda. Well, I found you really easy the first time. Why can't I find you really easy now? There you are, Amanda. Okay, so you and Scraptastic are Amanda's. Denny, I don't have to worry because Bonnie's going to get on you. She'll keep you in line. But if you would like a horse of a different color, I will gladly make you one, but you're not getting Michael's. Yes, Yarn Inspired. I did mention that Amanda does devotionals in the mornings. So, you know, if you're missing me, head over there. And you can go to Garden of Scrolls too. That one's beautiful. I haven't gotten over to Amanda's yet, but I've just become aware. All right, I'm going to switch over to the other camera, and we're going to start the bear head. Did you notice I put on their bare feet? Okay. Let's go to the other camera, if and you wanna, and we'll switch over and do the bear head. Otherwise, Elmo's going to come and tell me. I hope so. I hope so, Bonnie. Because you are going to love it. It's kind of like a horse of a different color, too. Kind of, sort of, kind of. Nobody sits in the corner because Missy's cottage is rectangular, and all the chairs are set up in a circle so everybody can appreciate everybody else's work. Okay, we're starting out with that magic circle. I'll show you again because there's a couple beginners. Hold it with your thumb, wrap it twice up over the index, held in the pinky, scrunch it forward, slide your yarn through and snag. Once you get it snagged, you can do your 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is just like the start of the foot of most all the feet we do. It's the same start as the ears that we do. We're going to pull in until we find the small circle. Then we're going to grab that small circle and pull it until we close up the bigger circle. And then we're going to grab that tail and pull until we close up the 6 single crochet circle. And we're going to put a stitch marker in there. This is row 1. And now we're going to start on row 2. So we're going to miss the snag. We're going to start in the first stitch. And we're going to increase till 12. So we'll do 2 in each of the 6s. And I'm using a 5mm hook. I don't think I told you that. And this is Bernat Super Value yarn, the cream color, because polar bears and panda bears are really not white. They're more creamy. Okay, we're increasing to 12. And if you brought another project to work on, to the cottage to work on today, put in the chat what you're working on. I always like to hear what other people are doing, because even though you've made 1,000,000 of this and 1,000 of that and 3,000 of those, it's always good to hear what other people are doing, because I have found that the channel viewers are so creative that once they see something, they say, oh, I can do that, but I can do it this way, because their creativity kicks in. So now we're going to go to 18. Do you want me to do this head? Or are you guys ready to move on? I'll sit here and crochet, and you guys can sit here and crochet your projects. I don't see any projects. Designing a new summer top. Oh, Tat Mama. Amanda, you look, go to JT's channel and see the top that his mom is has finished, that he's finished for his mom. It's beautiful. I need to sew the elephant and the zebra together. All right. All right. Would you rather do that? Dishcloths this week. All right. And Antoinette Locovetti. Antoinette, welcome to the cottage. I'm Miss C. This is Miss C's cottage, the home of the Sunbunny. And can I do a head? Is it different? I have to tell you that the bear head is a little bit different. Working up and writing down a pattern for something special for our sweetest blonde friend who comes on tonight. Oh, I love her. And Kleina. She's my Kleina, and I'm her Oma. Working on a bod shawl. You know what? Crystal does the most beautiful creations, and the most amazing part is her brain is so full of stitches that she just says, okay, I wound up with so many stitches on this row. The next row is going to be, let's see, 4 goes into, it's going to be bobble stitches. And she does it, and it's beautiful, and she doesn't have a pattern because it all just comes out of her head one at a time. I thought maybe you might be a newbie. Is there, what we do is we make Sunbunnies, and we give them to people who need to know that somebody loves them. And this world is so full of darkness, excuse me, that people don't believe that they are valuable. They dress in, I think, because I'm old, they dress in suggestive ways. They get pregnant before their time. They have no self-esteem. And they don't value themselves. They have no self-worth. And they get in all kinds of trouble. So if I can make a Sunbunny and I can give it to someone who needs to know how valuable they are, someone who needs to know that's a tangible evidence that somebody loves them, that's my mission. So if you would like to join us, I would be more than happy to show you how to make a Sunbunny. That was our first one in January. February, we made an elephant. March, we made a zebra. And this month, we're working on bears, teddy bears, brown bears, black bears, panda bears, and polar bears. So if I go back here and find out that Sally is the one who is struggling to put things together, an elephant and a zebra together. And there's my Candy Elsie. Oh, so nice to have candy for the day. And Joyce McCormick, you made it just in time. I talked to Carrie the Yarny Elephant. She does not go on until 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we have this whole hour to play. So you want to drop in the chat what you're working on? And if it's okay with everybody, I do happen to have a partial Um, a partial bunny here. If it's okay with everyone in the chat and Sally Stevens, we will put this together so that you can see how to put one together. Candy girl, you are my world. You look so sweet and you are a special treat. I love the way you love on each other, because the struggle is real and we all need to know that somebody loves us. Okay, all of those out there who did body parts and chucked them in the basket, get them out. Paula says that's okay. Maybe some of you had to leave, and that's okay too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these together, if that's okay with you. I'm going to raise this up a bit so we can see a broader area. Whoops, you don't need to see my lap. I want you to see, you don't need to see my coffee cup. Oh, that's good coffee. That's good coffee. All right, I'm going to get out a needle and I'm going to thread my yarn tail. And I usually go by this row counter, and you can see where I decreased from here to here. I don't like that, so I'm going to put my thumb right on that. I'm going to put the palm of my hand on this, and I'm going to flatten his bottom. And that is also, you can see, what gives him this poochy tummy. Okay, so I've got this poochy tummy. I've got my signal where I start my first stitches. Oh, looks like this is a bear, not a bunny. Okay, can somebody ask me a question about a bear head? Is it different than a bunny head? And you can see that the bunny head decreased here. And when we got to row 14, where the eyes were, it decreased again. And then a severe decrease here, where the bear head slopes more and then has this muzzle. So this actually is a bear. And I'm going to take this where I've put the eyes, mark the eyes, and set that up as best I can, straight on the bear body, with the eyes and the muzzle over the poochy part. And I'm going to go in here and grab a stitch, and grab a stitch, and grab a stitch, and grab a stitch. And if we've done this right, this 6-stitch section of the head should come right across the back of our body. So I keep grabbing a stitch and grabbing a stitch. And if you've got 18 or 19 or 20 or 16 here in the neck edge, it's okay, because you've got a whole bunch of stitches up here to play with. I just like, they tell us to go down, I think, to a 12 or a 9. I don't like that small of a neck, because I like the head to fit on the neck. I don't want the neck to fit up into the head. And if I have a wider neck, it gives me better seating, so it doesn't wobble so much. Okay, and I'm just going to continue to stitch across the back. Stitch in the body, stitch in the head. When I come around here, I'll grab a stitch and check to make sure that my head's on straight, which would be a first for Miss C. It's always good to have your head on straight. And that, my friends, is all there is to stitching on a head. Now, if I grab too much of this neck area, his head's going to do this. And I don't want him looking down. So I need to make sure that his head's on, like, again, a straight, and then just pick up these stitches here and a stitch on the body and a stitch on the head. And we should come out right about where we started. We get a stitch on the body, and there's where we put a stitch in the head the first time around. Okay? And you can go around a second time if you want to firm it down. Pick up the stitches that you missed. Well, that's where I'm stopping. Okay, and I am going to go up into the head and come out over here where maybe the ear might go. And then I can push this down a bit with my finger, clip it off, and it disappears right into his head. And this is long enough to save because it's long enough for a leg to be a stitch, a row counter for a leg. So I'm going to keep that one. Okay, now I can take this out and we're going to put the feet on. And I generally put nose down and look down here on the bottom. And you can see where his bottom is. And you can see where, can you see this one? And you can see this one. That's where I'm going to line the feet up. I'm going to put this edge down by his bottom and line that up on this row and stitch this one on. And I'll take this one and put this edge down here by his bottom. And this looks like it's the very center of his back. So if you can line it up, the stitches from his bottom up a row, that's where you want to stitch his feet, so that when you flip him over, his feet will come out right on both sides of his nose, which is right here. His feet will come out and they will hold him up. Okay, so let's do this one. Let me thread this needle. And again, this is my center back. This is my center back. So I want to start at his bum and come up this way. I'm going to start out here and go in this first stitch. Pick up the next one and come through here. Pick up the next one and come through here. Pick up the next one and come through here. Pick up the last one and come through this last stitch. And then I like to turn them and pick up this last stitch underneath this bottom and come back up and pick up that same stitch. And that secures this end. And then I just start back through and do each stitch again. Because little ones, if you give this to a little one, what do they grab? Do they pick it up like a baby where they grab the body and cradle the head? Oh, no. No. What they do is grab it by the leg and sometimes twirl it around. Okay, once we get this done, I usually go through this first row of stitches, and if you pull on this leg a little bit, it opens those up. And I just put my needle through that first row of stitches, double check to make sure it's gone through the center of the stitches and not any steel showing here. And I pull it through. And then because I don't want this tab sticking out the front, I'll go down a row and put it through this row of stitches. And again, check to make sure that the needle's not showing, it's secured within the stitches. And then you pull it out and clip it off. This one is too short to save, so it gets chucked in the bin. And there you have a leg. Oop, there you have a leg. Okay. The other leg you do the same way. You find your center and you come over here across from where you put this leg on and start your leg below the bum, one stitch down and one stitch over, and follow that crease, that row of stitching up. And that makes your two legs. Now, when you do the top legs, I always put this to the back. So let me thread that. And I'm going to put, I think I told you, if you do the body and you don't want to stitch the arms on, you can, on that last stitch, on that 28th row, you can, when you're doing your 28th row, when you're crocheting your 28th row, you can crochet your arm right into that. And that will also stabilize that head and keep it from wobbling. I like to have shoulders on mine. So like I told you, where that flat spot is on the head, and comes down, I usually set my arms up right there on the body. And then I just start at the back and stitch them on. Go in the hole, come up in the stitch on the arm, go in the body hole, come up in the stitch on the arm, go in the body hole, come up on the stitch on the arm, go in this last body hole, come up in this big last stitch, and I'll turn it and go into the body and come out in that last stitch again and secure it. And then I just go back in the holes that I was in before and restitch the arms. It's kind of hard to see in this light green, but this is such a pretty green. This goes to Nancy Mack. She had a grandson a while back, and when she sent a picture of it of him to me. I just happen to have a skein of this yarn, and it's the exact same color of the baby clothes that he has on. It was a onesie pajama kind of a thing with cream and green stripes, and I had a baby stork struck mint charm, and so he got a teddy bear. And this is Loops and Threads color wheel, made in Turkey, and it has, I have no clue, 90 yards. So it's just an accent color. So that's what I used for the nose, the muzzle, and this. Now I'm probably going to put a muzzle on him, and I'll show you how to do that on this bear. You can go across the top of the nose a couple times. I'm going to pull that in. Okay, and when I come, I'm going to go in this side again, but when I come out, I'm going to come out down here at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to come out here. I don't know how this gets so wonky. I'm going to come out here at the bottom. So I've got this big loop, and I'm going to grab that loop, and I'm just going to pull it down to cover up that nose. Okay, I'm going to go right back in this hole and come up here again. And then I'm going to go, this always gets me, I'm going to turn it around and just do a couple more stitches. I don't like this kind of a nose because I never can get it even. And I guess you can do this if you want to fill this in. Go in the same hole every time and come out just one stitch over or half a stitch over. And you can fill the whole nose in. I don't like these kind of noses. And I'm going to quit right there. So you can see what's happening. Well, you can't because I got the camera wonky again. How does that happen? Wonk. Okay, and you just go back and forth between this hole and stitches up here, and then when you're finished, take your black across all those stitches that have come up and gone in, and that will give you a nose for your bear. How's that? And I'm going to embroider the eyes on also because it's a baby. All right. Oh, Mishi, what happened? Little bunny didn't make it. Uh-oh. What happened, Mishi? I love you too, and Klein and Klein and Klein. Yes, Sally, you can definitely email her and she will get back to you and give you exactly what you need. Okay, Sally, you Gmail me, Sally, and I'll give you the bunny head. Can you just tell the bear head count? Yes, I can. By golly. You start out the very same way that you do the you start out the very same way that you do the bunny head and the foot and the ear. You do what? No, don't want that. You do you start out with your 6, you go to 12, you go to 18, you go to 24, you go to 30, you go to 36, you go to 42. You do 5 rows of 42 stitches in each single crochet. Which should be row 11. At row 12, you single crochet 5 and then decrease 6 times all the way around. And you're back to 36 stitches. Are we good? For those of you who want to know the bear head, which we didn't get to today, and I do apologize. Rows 13 through 15 are single crochet in each stitch around. You do 3 rounds of 36 stitches, 36 single crochets. Yes, Heather, I do not have a written pattern. If you come Sunday, next Sunday, which is May, we're going to do the Smebunny all over again, because I can't think of yeah, Sally, hang on a second. I need to finish this thought. See, this is one of the things that Nisi taught me, the rabbit hole thing. It's part of the ADHD. We are going to start a Smebunny again. I want to go back to the foundation because I think some of you who wanted to do it, and I think it's the simplest one to do. Okay, let me go back to, so you can see my face. Let me go back to the other camera. I like talking to you better when I'm on the other camera. Okay. There we are. Let me flip this light off. And, you know, I had a really good breakfast today, but I'm getting really jittery, so it must be about lunchtime, huh? I think the simplest thing to do is the Smebunny, and that's what this show is all about. For those of you creative people, we've done an elephant and a zebra and a bear now. You could do that one again, Jerry. The Smebunny is the one that needs to go out to people so they know somebody loves them. The Smebunnies are a side, and I don't mind doing those. If you guys want to put on my community page or drop in the chat what you would like to do. I think I told you I found this. This is a win that I got, and I'm thinking that I got this from, give me a minute, there's a rabbit hole again. I need to finish this coffee and turn this off. And I might need to grab a cookie. And I hate saying which is another way I know that I need sustenance. Christy. Crochet Creations by Christy. You've made 18 Smebunnies? Now you're going to make me tear up. That's the one stipulation, guys. If you give us somebody, it has to go to a good home. Somebody who really needs to know that somebody loves them. Somebody who's hurting. Somebody is sick. Somebody with fibromyalgia is a disease that no one can see. And when you hurt with fibromyalgia, people think you're being lazy and you just don't want to do stuff. Okay. Nothing like the pause that refreshes. Alrighty then. This yarn came from Crochet Creations by Christy. She comes on usually at 10 o'clock, 10, 11, 10 o'clock. I think 10 o'clock. And she's got a terrific program. She's not doing lives right now because their bowling alley was given the bid for the regional tournament, which is a really, really, really big thing. All of the bowling alleys in the area do a tournament at their bowling alley. And she and her husband have the shop in the bowling alley that sells the bags and the shoes and the balls and all the accoutrements that go with that. And she gets yarn-inspired packages, and sometimes she really likes them and she keeps them, and sometimes she can't figure out something to do with it. She will give it away. And she gave this one away. And I'm thinking this might make a beautiful giraffe. What do you think? So I'm thinking that May will be a Smebunny. We'll learn to do the Smebunny all over again. So you're sure that you're doing it the best way. And, you know, there's no right and there's no wrong. There's just different. So if I can help anybody with their skills on the Smebunny, there's my bubbling spring. Hello, hello. And we'll do a bunny in May, and in June we'll do a giraffe because I've been itching to do a giraffe. Giraffes have long necks, and they have those little ears and ossicles. They're called ossicles, not icicles in the South, but ossicles. I love it. All right, back to the bear. See, I'm not so bad that I forgot. Let's see, get to the bear head. Okay, where were we? Rows 13 through 15 are 3 rounds of 36 stitches. Yeah, that's the problem, because when you have fibromyalgia, it doesn't have a big F on your forehead that says, I'm having a fibromyalgia attack. It's one of those silent, awful people, awful things. You only got one color wrong. Spring, what color did you get wrong? Yeah, Dolly has some things, you know, and not all of our illnesses show up on the outside. I have made a giraffe, and they're really, really cute. See? Spring adopted Michael too. So you know what? Because Michael's my grandson, that makes Bubbling Spring my granddaughter. Now I got a couple of those because Mishi calls me Oma. Oh, the granddaughter got it wrong. Okay, well, I didn't think, I thought you knew your colors, my love. Okay, so here we go again. We're on round 16. of the bear head. And round 16 is single crochet 10, single crochet 2, double crochet together, decrease 4 times. So what they're doing is, if you remember the bunny, what we started out with 3 double crochet decreases, single crochet 6, 3 single crochet decreases for the eyes. They're doing it 10. They're going to do 10 double crochets, and then they're going to do 2 double crochets, decrease, 2 double crochets, decrease, 2 double crochets, decrease, 2 double crochets, decrease, and 10. So you not double crochets, single crochets. Single crochet 10, and then you'll single crochet and decrease 4 times across the front. And then you'll single crochet the last 10 stitches. Afghan size hugs to all from my bubbling spring. She called yellow brown. Oh, well, that wasn't so bad. You can't have brown without putting yellow in it. That's for sure. Okay, at that point, in round 16, you should have 32 stitches. Row 17 is similar. Yeah, I'm Michael's Oma and Juan's Oma, and I'm Mishi's Oma. And I'm JT's grandma. And I'm Dawn Aaron's Nan. I think not Dawn Aaron, Loving Hand. I think I'm her Nan. Bon Bon, welcome in. You made the second half, and we're just going over the head for the bunny. But don't worry. Next week, we start a bunny. We're just going over the bear head. Next week, we start the bunny. So if you would love to, I'm your Oma too. Oh, Arrow Lover, thank you so much. You don't know what an honor that is for you guys to I consider you my family, but for you to consider me your family, that's an extra bonus. That's an extra bonus. And I go to sleep with a smile on my face, praying for each one of you, except the ones I cry over. I like to spank her because I act up. You know what? I would rather find a way to discipline than to punish. Jesus called his 12 followers, he called them disciples because he discipled them. He taught them what was right. He taught them what God wanted them to do. He taught them how God wanted them to live. He discipled them. And so I figured a long time ago that I would rather be a discipler than a punisher. And the only time my kids got harsh punishment was when they disobeyed authority, because I wanted them to learn to obey the police, to obey adults, to within reason, and to obey God when they became older and understood all that. You're going to work on a bear and a zebra. Okay. Well, they're all pretty much the same. And if you've got a question on either one of those next week, just ask me and I will tell you. Okay? I'm too old for you to be. Bonnie, no, you're not. Well, that's okay, Bonnie. I won't be your grandma then. I'll be a sister. Am I old enough to be a sister? 77? Does that work out? An older sister? Okay, let me get back ADHD to the bear head. If you're writing, round 17 is like round 16. You go 8 stitches. you single crochet 8, and then you single crochet 2 more and then a decrease, 2 more and a decrease 4 times like we did, and then end up with 8 single crochets. Row 18 is the very same thing. You single crochet 6. You single crochet 2 and decrease, 2 and decrease 4 times, and then you end up with 6 stitches. Row 19, round 19. Paula's oldest brother is in the 70s. I'm 77, so that works. Welcome in, Lydia. Yes, of course, Dolly. I'll be your Oma any day. Bon Bon, I'll be your big sister. You know what? My little sister passed away when she was 26, so you can be my little sister. Okay, thank you for popping in, Gabrielle. You know I love you, and I will see you in the morning, and you can see me on Wednesday if you have an opportunity. Skeins, not skin. I don't give skin away. I got in the chat and I told him I had to go put my giddy gown on, and somebody said, oh, she's going to go put her little bitty giddy gown on. And another fellow on the chat said, oh, are you going to come back up on channel? And it's like, are you serious? No, I didn't say little bitty. I don't do little bitty anymore, not with these wrinkles. Okay, row 19 is 4 single crochets, and then do 2 single crochets and a decrease 4 times, and then end with 4 single crochets. All right, then row 20 is 4 single crochets, but then you do 1 single crochet and a decrease 4 times, and then 4 single crochets. So when you end that row, you have 16 stitches. Row 21 is single crochet around for 16 stitches. Bonnie, are you talking about the Pioneer Woman yarn? I almost made Elmo drive me up to Walmart to get some, but it's like a half an hour away, and I thought, you know what? I didn't get it when it was on the shelf, and because I really don't need yarn. And so if I didn't need it at $6.99, why would I need it at $3? So I didn't have him drive me up there. Okay, row 22 is single crochet 4, and then decrease 4 times, and then single crochet 4, and you wind up with 12 stitches. Dolly, I love you too. You're one of my special people. I don't know, Denny. See, I decided if I didn't need it at 6, I didn't need it at 3. So I don't know that if it was free, I would take it. My thought is I have so much here that I would leave it for someone who really needs it and can't afford yarn. Okay, Dawn. I love you. We're about to end up anyway. My time is up, and Carrie's coming on. Okay, row 23, which is the final round of this bare head, is decrease all the way around. Decrease 6 times, and you'll go from 12 stitches down to 6 stitches. And when you get those 6 stitches, you know, take your needle and run through those, the front loop of each one of those 6 stitches, and then pull it tight so that you wind up with You're going to go from 12 stitches down to 6 stitches. Run your needle through all those 6 stitches, the front loop only, and pull it tight, and you'll wind up with the bear's nose. Let me see on that polar bear. What does the book say about changing colors on the polar bear? The head is all white. You don't change colors on the polar bear's head. The ears are black. His tail is black. His nose is black if you want to put a black nose on. They have you make eye patches. So Sally, if you want to do eye patches, is Daigo here? Elizabeth Toller, hello, hello. And Daigo is here. All right, you guys, we're ending up. Sally Stevens, make 2 eye patches. You start with a magic circle, 6 single crochets into the ring, and you double up on the second one till you got 12. And you make 2 of those circles that are 12 stitches around, and you stitch those on where his eyes go. That's it. Susan Burke. I will be your big sister. You betcha, Susan. You betcha. And I got to run too, Elizabeth, because we're doing a bunny hop over to Carrie the Yarny Elephant. She comes on at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So let's all hop over there. I will end this thing by, whoops, not that. I will end this by telling you Lord bless you and keep you. May he grant you peace this week and healing. And let's bunny hop over to Carrie the Yarny Elephants. I love you all.